Hi, everyone. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day out there. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is Mr. Tisco with you once again. And once again, I'm joined by Mrs. Kraft. Mrs. Kraft, how are you today?
Oh, so excited. How are you today?
I'm even more excited than you. That's how I am today.
Woo!
We also have Miss Hoff with us. Miss Hoff, how are you doing?
I'm the most excited since I come last.
All right, guys. So today we're going to be doing Chapter 5, Section 2, The New Nation Faces Challenges. The big idea for today is that problems faced by the young nation made it clear that a new constitution was needed.
And the main ideas that we're going to talk about are the United States had difficulties with other nations, internal economic problems plagued the new nation, Shay's rebellion pointed out weaknesses in the Articles of Confederation, and many Americans called for changes in the national government. Main idea 1. The United States had difficulties with other nations.
So the first difficulty that we had was the fact that we had won the revolution, but Britain refused to turn over its forts in the U.S. territory to us. So it was like, get out of America. You don't belong here anymore, Britain. And they're like, yeah, who's going to make us? You and what army? Ooh, America didn't have an army. So yeah, that's a problem. They were there and we had no way to get rid of them. The other thing that Britain did was they closed off trade to the West Indies, which means that they closed the ports. Any American ship that wanted to trade with Britain was forced to pay these really high taxes, not only on things coming into the country, but then going out of the country as well. So now that hurts us. And then to pour salt in the wound, as far as trade goes, Spain closes the Mississippi River against us. So our Congress doesn't have any recourse. Spain is not willing to make an agreement with us to be able to use the Mississippi River. So all of the people that were living in the West that would normally send their goods down the Mississippi are now out of luck. They've got no way to do it. Now, this talks about the impact of closed markets in this next slide. Closing markets actually means they close the ports, which hurts American economy, because now anything that we want to export is costing a ton of money. So people aren't buying our stuff because we're making the prices go up. The British, on the flip side, are just sending stuff into America. So to buy any import coming from Britain, it's really cheap for the American people. So they're like, hey, why would we pay more for American made when we can get this stuff from Britain really cheap? So this is what's killing the American economy. And the Congress that we had under the Articles of Confederation had zero power to pass tariffs against Britain. So now they can send it in and we can't say, wait a second, anything you're going to send to our country, you're going to have to pay a tax on, because we don't have the power to do it. So American merchants are ouch, ouch, ouch. They are hurting.
All right, main idea 2. Internal economic problems plague the new nation. So trade laws differed between different states because Congress could not regulate what's called interstate commerce. So this made trade very difficult across state lines. In order to pay for their war debts, the states had started to print money. But without having the gold or silver to back up the money, it basically left the money worthless. And that's what's called...
Wait a second, Ms. Hoff, does that mean if I write on a piece of paper $1,000 and I hand it to you, it's not really worth $1,000?
Nope, sorry. Do you have any
and that's what
Monopoly
they were
money you
doing.
could use?
Wait, so that paper you gave me yesterday with $5,000 on it isn't worth anything?
Yeah, I don't have the gold or silver to back it up, so sorry, Mr. Tisco.
No.
And this issue caused what's called inflation. The loss of trade with Britain combined with the inflation caused what's called a depression. So the depression is a period of time with low economic activity combined with a rise in unemployment.
Bad times, bad times.
Yikes. Main idea 3. Shay's rebellion pointed out weaknesses in the Articles of Confederation.
Yeah, so as you guys just learned about, a lot of states were in debt because of the American Revolution, and different states chose to respond to that debt in different ways. Massachusetts decided, hey, we're not printing worthless paper money because it's no good. So instead, they decide to pay off their war debts by collecting taxes. Now, this is going to lead to a whole big problem because a lot of farmers, including a man by the name of Daniel Shays, were unable to pay their debts, so they started to lose their property instead. Now, just real quick on Daniel Shays, he was actually a Revolutionary War veteran who fought in the Battle of Bunker Hill and Saratoga and was even awarded a sword by Marquis de Lafayette himself. So,
Ooh la la.
oh, Mrs. Kraft, you want to say something?
Lafayette.
Thank you. So, even though Daniel Shays was a war veteran, he still had his property taken away because he was one of those farmers who could not pay off his taxes. So Daniel Shays is actually going to gather 2,000 farmers and they attacked the courthouses. Now, why did they attack the courthouses? Because the courthouse is where the sale of property took place. So anytime your property was taken away, it would be put up for sale by the courthouse. Now, the Massachusetts State Militia was sent in to end Shay's rebellion before he could actually raid a warehouse of weapons. Now, the national government under the Articles of Confederation was actually too weak to do anything about it and too weak to support the Massachusetts militia, because remember, any time that the national government needed soldiers, it needed to ask the states. And a lot of states at that time didn't really want to help each other out because they were too busy focusing on their own problems. Now, all of this ugly situation with Shay's Rebellion is going to lead to a call for change because Shay's Rebellion showed the weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation. If we could just scroll down a little bit.
Many Americans called for changes in the national government.
Exactly. So, as I just said, Shay's Rebellion showed the weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation. Americans wanted a stronger central government, a government that could protect them and all of their liberties. Now, the country tried to have a national conference to talk about economic problems, but attendance was very poor. A lot of states didn't send representatives. Eventually, states are going to agree to hold a constitutional convention to revise or fix the Articles of Confederation, and that's what we're going to learn about in the next section. It's a very important event that took place in 1787 called the Constitutional Convention. But as I just said, so much fun. But as I just said, that's a story for another time. Mrs. Kraft, anything else you want to add?
No, I'm just so excited for the next screencast. That's going to be so much fun.
It is going to be so much fun. I'm excited as well. Ms. Hoff, anything?
Tune in next time.
All right, guys. We'll see you then. Have a great day. Bye-bye.